Look, man, stay safe out there. It's a crazy time. LA's still on fire at the time of recording this.
Wow.
And I had a very rough week because I found out when the fire started that the insurance, the fire and home insurance had lapsed on my house.
Nobody said anything.
It had lapsed because State Farm ended the policy and the person who was supposed to renew the policy did not renew it.
Of course not. Why the fuck would they do that?
So I finally, today is actually the first day that I actually have, I have a multi-million-dollar insurance policy on my house now. Today was the first day, but for a whole week I was freaking out.
Satan came upstairs and took a walk through LA.
Right. Set it all on fire.
Say, hey,
you know?
This is the place where they do all my bidding.
They almost got the Hollywood sign. There was fire behind it.
Wow.
They almost got it. So everyone out there, there's something called the FAIR Act. There's the FAIR Act insurance policy, which means, because right now all the insurance companies are not renewing policies or setting up new policies, but there's a state policy called the FAIR Act, which actually I was able to sign on in one day with a multi-million-dollar policy for not really that much money.
Right.
So it's not the best insurance, but it's something.
Right.
You know, I was looking at losing millions of dollars if my house burned down to the ground. So I had a very stressful week. But everyone out there in LA, I remember DDG, he had mentioned he doesn't have fire insurance. I tried to call him, he didn't answer. You know, you could sign up on the same day. And people, a lot of times when things aren't going well, the insurance is the last thing that they choose because they think, oh, it's not gonna happen to me. I was thinking the same thing. I'm thinking like, okay, yeah, I gotta look at this insurance, but you know, it's winter. Fire season is when things are gonna get bad, so I have a little bit of time to just look into it. I just chose not to look into it, and then next thing you know, I'm finding out we have no insurance.
Wow.
So yeah, man, it's a dangerous time. People have lost their homes. My lawyer lost her whole home in the Palisades on day one. Whole house burned down to the ground. You know, Michael Jai White, his wife's family lost their, you know, house in Altadena. This was the house that, you know, his wife grew up in.
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah. I know a fair amount of people that are going through some pretty tragic loss right now. So in the same way that you always need to have health insurance because you don't know what's going to happen, you should have home insurance. I know it's expensive, but all these people that are really, you know, think about it. Like if you have $1 million house and it burns down to the ground, the land is probably worth $100,000. You just lost 90%
right.
of this whole asset. So just be careful out there and, you know, appreciate you coming in, man. Until next time.
Prayers out to everybody in LA, by the way.
Yes.
Yeah.
Peace.
Peace.